I'm gonna try to find something on Amazon we can like jam in there. This is pretty cool the way it just held on with the... Alright, good morning dudes. It's day 2, it's Saturday. Getting a bit of a noon start. We're gonna have to spend a few hours in here. I'm gonna hook up the horn from the PDM1 to the front through the bulkhead. Then I gotta find a couple loose wires that were, I believe it's a return pump and the wiper spray. So we'll get that dialed in, and then I'm gonna finish this dome light with the final termination because one goes through the bulkhead. So we'll just go over some stuff and have another look, and I'll keep you updated how we go today. So like I did basically with the turn signals, I split this DT connector for the dome, and then this one's going to jump into the DT6 that goes forward. So everything through the firewall that's on that one plug, that was the last 6 spare we've got there. Then the other 2 are going to go back. I'll trim the orange. It jumps red to orange, but oh well. I didn't have the orange wire. And then this is just all red. Everything's labeled in there, so take all this stuff off at the end, heat shrink it into one loom that'll have like maybe 3 connectors here, 1 there, and 3 over there. So it'll be, I mean, there's too many connectors, but it's kind of what we got to do to get around some of the stuff we're doing, working up in the States, working here. So basically these, and then I'm just going to zip tie them together so we'll know where they are and put nice labels. So it's just, you know, we're not taking apart every month, so it doesn't matter for a full prep. This cab stuff will probably never come out. As long as it's removable, if something needs to be serviced, I'll be happy with it. This is how you can make a little fake boot. You get one of these, it'll slide over there, and then it'll shrink down nicely. So I'm going to cut it a little bit longer. I already put the label on there. That's a dome light, so it's all heat shrinked all the way back. Now, final heat shrink. Put that on there. You gotta just think about your process. This needs a bit more shrink, but we can get to that later. So again, it's got the writing's there. It's super hard to see, but anyway, 2 is ground, 1 is positive. It's a little tight. Sometimes you gotta work them in. This rubber seal gets tight. So, and then you'll hear them click in. That's a good sign. Then we need to get our little, this is the thing that holds them in place. Goes in, make sure those little tabs are down. There you go. And she's in. Hopefully you can see that. Looks like you can. So there's good. This is the final connection. I don't know, I'll do a test before I yep, there we go, that light's working. So I can boot that one up and that'll be final, and then I'll zip tie it in and that's done. So this is chassis side cab. We're gonna heat shrink this up over here. So cover all that. So I'll check back in a sec. I'll shrink that here. This is like 3 to 1 or 4 to 1, so it gets a bit crazy, but it will close up. Give it a little squeeze and it will glue up. And there you go. It's a bit ugly, those loops, but I did it kind of last minute. I should have done it earlier. But it will work, it'll function. Alright, a little progress report today. We've got, this is the sensor bulkhead, and I ran a couple other things, the windshield wiper, the return pump, the start signal, the start trigger. So I got this cleaned up. It's just going to route back along back there. heat shrink it up to here and it can split out down here. Some stuff goes to PDM1, some stuff goes to PDM2. Okay, that dome's done. Pretty much everything here's done. This is just the temporary until I put the toggles, breaker switches. I'll put those in later. This was just driving me so crazy, so getting it all sorted is gonna be a big relief, and then you can actually see and work. Just wanna give you guys the latest and greatest. The methods look good. Just that grill's gonna make a bunch of noise rattling. We had some idea to put rubber stoppers there to kind of pin it down, but I'm gonna try to find something on Amazon we can like jam in there. Maybe just some kind of foam, like a surfboard mat, might work for temporary fix. But this is pretty cool the way it's just held on with the Zoish fittings and then a whole bar, so it comes all the way off and then the lights stay on. So if we never need to get out, the only problem is you can't get it off with these lights on. So I'm just gonna heat shrink this first, which is just a tune ray cam that'll seal it. It's just gonna seal the DR25. That's good. And then this one is called SCL, which is a super hard one, which I like. Ooh, almost messed up. I got the clear in there for the label. So this one's super hard, and I like that on the ends of things that you don't want to bend around. So this one's called SCL. It's also Raychem. And then that'll make it super strain relieved as well as watertight. It's not the prettiest, but I prefer the results, especially it's way up under the dash. So get that Raychem all dry, shrunk. Well, it looks pretty good. This stuff will dry really hard, and it's nice protection. We can also apply this little label. Put that. Right there, firewall ground. I know what it is. That clear is a little bigger, but that's what we had handy. So there we go. She's labeled, and she's ready to get routed up to the firewall. All right, we're gonna do a little last minute. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to put the cockpit lights on so we can see. That is today's progress. This stuff's a mess here, but it's actually correctly routed now, and all this is correctly done. I heat shrunk, or put it on there. So that's gonna go there. That's pretty much PDM1 is good. That we even got the wash plugged in. I'm having a little issue with the wipers with these old ass wires, and I was testing them, and it's there's 4 wires, and there's a brake system, and then the wipers stayed on, and I'm not sure how the PDM actually communicates with those. We'll see if it's compatible. I'm gonna get wired up tomorrow so I can move stuff around. But I got all the grounds done. This is like final. Everything's booted. Ground from this, ground from the PDM, and then that ground runs back. So that's it. Probably, I'm still need to get the AC and the power windows done, but I need to get the breakers installed. So kind of putting that off for some reason, but that's the update. These dome lights good. I got them all wired permanently. That's all final. So pretty happy with the day. Horn, got that wired up too. That was an addition today. So that's it. Have a good one. I'll keep you guys posted. Not much else.